tell you, are you ready to wake up tomorrow and win perhaps the most important election in our lifetime? Are you ready? It has been a long time coming, but it is finally here. We've got one more day to bring this home, one more day to start a new chapter for the state of Michigan and the United States. And how do we start that chapter? We elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States of America. And soon you're going to see the next vice president of the United States, Tim Walz. You know, I've known Kamala for a lot of years. I served in the Senate with her. In fact, we were fairly new in the Senate. She was my seatmate. She sat right next to me. We got to know each other very well. And just think, when you were in kind of the back row in school, sitting in the back, you had a lot to say about all the other folks all around you. So we had a lot of conversations. I will say we said nothing but good things about my Democratic colleagues, for the record. Folks across the aisle, not so much. But I'll tell you, I got to know her not just as a colleague, but as a friend. And as a friend, I saw her firsthand, and I can tell you, she is absolutely passionate about public service. She cares deeply about this country. But I can also tell you, she is strong. She is determined. And she is going to be a great president of the United States. You know, Kamala Harris is starting and finishing her campaign really the same way that she started it. Putting out a hopeful vision for the future, where we can finally turn the page on Donald Trump. It will be a new generation of leadership that will finally unite our country and not divide our country. And while Donald Trump is thinking about revenge and retribution, Kamala Harris is thinking about how she's going to bring real hope to this country. So let's just think about what that means for Michigan. When she wins, and she will win, Kamala Harris is going to lower costs for every American, so that no matter where you live, you can find affordable housing. If you want to start a business, you can start your own business. You can build a good life without breaking the bank, and when you've worked your whole life, she's going to make sure Social Security and Medicare is there so you can retire with dignity. And when Kamala Harris wins, she will fight to end the women's health crisis that Donald Trump started. She will ensure that every woman has reproductive freedom. And when she wins, she'll steer us away from the dark chapter of our politics, past the hatred and the chaos that Donald Trump brought, past the bullying and the lies that we've seen from Donald Trump. And we will remember the failed policies that he brought to us here in Michigan when he was president. We lost thousands of jobs in the state of Michigan. He stood up for billionaires and not everyday people. And if I recall, let's see if my memory is correct, in 2020, the American people fired him. And we're not going back. Not going back. And I want to be clear, when Kamala wins, when she is president, she can't do it alone, as wonderful as she is. She needs a team. She needs a team. And that team is a majority in the United States Senate. And I'll tell you, the only way, and I'm working to make sure we have that, but the only way is we have to elect Alyssa Slockett as our next senator to be able to do that. But we have to work for this. We have to fight. We have to knock on all those last doors. Tomorrow you've got to talk to all your friends and your relatives. Make sure everybody gets out to vote. Leave nothing on the table. I know so many of you have already been out there doing it, but please leave nothing on the table. And when you do that, I want you to put this vision, I want to leave this vision in your head when I walk off the stage here. Because we have worked, we have done everything, knocked on doors, talked to our neighbors, talked to our colleagues, helped them get to the polls, everything that it took, you'll know that you put everything into it and you left nothing on the field. And you're going to have that feeling. So that with that feeling in you, when you're sitting on the couch and watching the returns come in, you're going to be anxious, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be worried, but you know you've worked. And then all of a sudden it's going to flash on the screen and you're going to look at it and it's going to show that Michigan is blue. Kamala Harris is president. We have won.